All right, what is going on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I seriously appreciate you tuning in today. We are back here with my 2006 Nissan 350Z. And today, as you guys saw from the title of this video, there's some new news that dropped with the brand new Nissan Z. I know I actually haven't covered it in quite a bit, but something was recently spotted on the road and I could not help but film this video today talking about it. So we're gonna jump in the driver's seat and we're gonna go for a cruise, and that's the plan. Jeez, this thing is so cool. Let's do it. Roll these down. Sweet. All right, so we're off. We're in the 350Z. This thing is always so much fun. So you saw the title and thumbnail of this video. You already know what we're talking about. Something pretty big happened with the new Nissan Z today. Before we get into talking about what happened, I just want to thank you for all the love and support on my last few videos. So I was on NissanZClub.com the other day, which is like the main hub for all the news for the new Nissan Z. And I noticed about 10 days ago, someone had actually made a post saying that they saw a YouTube video where the new Nissan Z had an updated front bumper, or not necessarily an updated front bumper, but it looked like they were heat testing or they were doing some testing with another front bumper. So if you look at this clip right here, you can actually see that the front bumper has a whole bunch of camo wrap all over it, and it looks like it's a little bit different. So if we look at this picture right here of the brand new Nissan Z, the front bumper is pretty boxy. This was one of the main complaints when they revealed the car. People just weren't sure how they liked the whole square front end. And honestly, it's kind of grown on me. I think it looks really clean. It really matches all the other angles of the car, kind of like with the points of the headlights and kind of the boxiness of the rear of the car. Oh man. I'm not sure if you remember, but I'll put a picture right here. They actually revealed this car, which is the new Nissan Z, but it had some sportier upgrades to it. And this was from Nissan. So Nissan actually built this car. I honestly think that they made this car specifically to just show the different mods that they're going to be producing and just the aftermarket capabilities that this car is going to have. So a lot of people were saying that this front bumper we're seeing is off of this car and they're actually going to be going forward and making this bumper. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that is exactly what's happening here, because if you look closely, they're not exactly the same. I would say the front of the orange bumper, the black air duct on the front, it's a little bigger, and then also that part that's orange that runs across the center, I feel like it's a little wider than what we see here. I feel like the car with the camo wrap has more of like a pointier front end. So either way, there's definitely something weird going on with the new Nissan Z and the front bumper. Like 4 days ago, someone actually had posted also on Nissan Z Club basically confirming that this was not going to be that orange car, and this actually might be the Nismo version that we're seeing. I do remember recalling a few months back that Nissan said the Nismo version of this car is not just going to be another body kit like it was in the past. So I was assuming maybe we'd get like all-wheel drive or something completely different and random that we probably wouldn't expect. I always thought maybe it was a possibility because the Q50 and the Q60, the car that this is built off of, or the platform at least, also has an all-wheel drive option. So I thought that would be really interesting. But it seems like right now they're just focusing on heat testing some of the exterior pieces. One thing I noticed that if we pause the video right here, you can actually see that the front wheel and the back wheel are completely different. And then also another point was made that if you look closely on the front wheel specifically, it looks like they've upgraded the 4-piston Akebono brakes to 6-piston brakes, which is honestly, that's kind of leaning towards the Nismo version in my opinion. And then, kind of like the deal breaker that really makes everyone think this is going to be the Nismo, is if you look closely in this picture, someone actually spotted this car doing a little bit more canyon testing with 2 other Nissan Zs and a Mark V. So honestly, people were saying that this probably isn't just an aftermarket company testing an aftermarket bumper, that this is probably Nissan testing this because of the benchmarks they're making with the other Zs and the Mark V. So if they're comparing to the other cars, I would assume that this is going to be something a little more serious than maybe just some aftermarket company testing something. Man, this road is so nice. It's just so windy through here. But to kind of wrap it all up, honestly, if you look at this picture here and you zoom in, you can see that the back of the seat says Recaro. And that is basically a dead giveaway that unless it's an aftermarket company that put those seats in and they're testing an aftermarket bumper, this is probably going to be the Nismo version, because those are the exact same Nismo seats out of the 370Z. And a lot of people were saying that if this is going to be the Nismo, they were wishing that they got the Nismo seats out of the Nissan Juke, because the Nissan Juke Nismo version actually has full Recaro seats, and the 370Z actually just has the Recaro backs and not the Recaro bottoms. So people were saying that they would love to see the Nissan Juke Recaro seats in here just so we got the full Recaro experience. I'm honestly just happy to see some Recaro seats in there. It would be kind of cool to get the Nissan Juke seats just so they were a little different from the 370Z, but I'm not complaining. I think the fact that, kind of just like to sidestep a little bit, the fact that we're even seeing a Nismo version right now, and they have not even started really delivering the Nissan Zs, like the Sport and the Performance models. I honestly think partially why they're doing it is the difference between the Sport and the Performance Nissan Zs are just not that big of a difference. Like, of course you get all the benefits of going for the Performance version, so you get like the LSD and everything, but the engines are basically the same as far as horsepower output goes. So I could imagine that maybe a lot of people were waiting for the Nismo version before they even placed their order, just to see if it would be worth it, because the upgrade to the Performance version is an entire 10 grand. Of course, you're getting the Performance edition, which is nice, and it's going to maintain a lot of that value probably if you go to resale, but 10,000 is a lot of money. That's almost 20% of the entire cost of the vehicle. I can imagine that if people were debating on spending that 10,000, they would probably just wait a little bit longer to see what the Nismo is going to look like, because if you're going to drop 10 grand on the Performance one, you might as well wait, because the Nismo might be 15 grand more or something. You never know. So if the Nismo ends up being like 65 Gs, then obviously it probably would have been worth just going for the Performance edition, but that's why people are waiting. I think it'll be really nice once we see what the Nismo power looks like, as well as all the different performance mods and like suspension and the wheels. What's going to come on the Nismo? Like, I'm not quite sure, but I'm almost certain we're going to be getting those Recaro seats. And honestly, that front bumper we're seeing on this test car is probably going to be the Nismo front bumper. And just by the looks of it with the camo, I think it looks pretty cool. So we'll see. What do you think? I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about this. I think the Nismo is really important for this car, and if the Nismo is good enough, I feel like most people will be going for the Nismo if it's not just 20,000 more than the regular car. So, all right. Boom, there we are at the parking garage. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm really honestly excited for the Nismo version to be released. I'm so curious to see the different mods they're gonna be adding to it, and also just the different options that we're gonna have to customize and stuff like that. Ever since they said it's not gonna be just a body kit, I've been so curious, and I just can't wait to see what they end up doing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet already. I post videos like this seriously all the time. And if you enjoyed the update style video, I can do more of these. I do a lot of videos based on the 350Z and just information regarding this car, but if you'd like me to cover more Nissan Z and even Nissan 370Z stuff, let me know in the comments below and I will make it happen for you. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.